Hey folks, welcome back to the Portable Gamer and welcome to our first episode of MXGP 2019. And we can also call this MXGP 5. Man, this game completely snuck up on me. It totally snuck up on me. I've even been checking the Milestone tab in the Steam store, looking for a new game, looking for a new sim, and still, I missed it. It dropped this morning, and what you're seeing right now, I'm narrating over a replay. But what you're seeing right now is the first race that I've done in this, and this is career mode, and I'm on a Yamaha 250 in Argentina. I'm liking it so far. I really am. Let me tell you about it right quick. So, let's get the less than impressive stuff out of the way first. As always, controller support. It's a Milestone game, so controller support is a little bare bones. Not a lot of adjustability. Some of the things that we've come to expect in sims, things like saturation and damping and linearity, sensitivity. No, you don't get any of that. And, I mean, you can't really play a motorcycle game with a wheel. You probably wouldn't want to play with a mouse and keyboard, so it comes down to gamepad. I would love to see some more adjustability. And it for some reason, it doesn't happen. Not in a Milestone game, so that's a little disappointing. And the AI is... Well, we'll circle back to the AI, but I can tell you that it's the same Milestone AI that you're used to. They're very, very belligerent. Once they're on a line, they don't want to get off it. Either when they're in front of you, when they're behind you, it doesn't matter. They don't want to yield to you, and when it's time for you to yield to them, they just kind of ram you. So yeah. Those are the worst things that I can say about the game, and that, I have to say, if that's the worst that you could say about a game, then that's a pretty good game. What is the same from MXGP Pro, which we could also call MXGP 4, because we don't have numbers anymore. We went 1, 2, 3, and then we went Pro, and now we went 19, but really it's 5. What's the same? You do have a primary sponsor, but you no longer have the technical sponsors. You build the bike with your own points, your own money. I like that. I thought the technical sponsor stuff in MXGP Pro was a little cumbersome. And so far, I'm not seeing any development tests. And, you know, it's weird because we all don't like the development tests, but a lot of sims, we're just used to them being there. I haven't seen them yet. So I don't know if the development tests are gone for things like launch and scrub and braking and various other things. I don't know if that's gone, but I have not seen it yet in any menu. So it could be that it's gone. And I sort of miss it. As much as I wanted it to go away, now that it has, maybe, I kind of miss it. So that's the nuts and bolts stuff. What's the good stuff? What's the great stuff? Well, the game looks fantastic. We are on an i7 7700 and NVIDIA GTX 1050, and we are at a solid 50 FPS on the in-game setting of high. Graphic setting of high. I haven't tweaked anything. I haven't made any unique changes. Just set it to generic high, and I think it looks fantastic. Now, it's super dark, but it's overcast. It's pouring rain. So the game is not always going to be this dark. We just happen to be in a dark race right now. But I'm curious to see what it looks like when we get into some brighter, sunnier races. But the game looks fantastic, and it plays super smooth. I've seen just the tiniest bit of like micro freeze and the tiniest little bit of stutter, but nothing to complain about, nothing to be upset about. I think the game looks amazing. And something else that is really impressive to me is the physics, or if you want to call it the handling. Let's call it handling, because you can't really have motorcycle physics in a video game, because so much of controlling a motorcycle in real life is done with your body weight, and you just don't have that option. In a race sim, a car sim, you're just using a wheel, which is what you use to control a car in real life. Well, in real life, you use your body to control a motorcycle. How do you replicate that in a sim? It's very difficult. There needs to be a little bit of, suspension of disbelief. It can't be completely realistic. So the handling, I don't think, can be completely realistic. Even using the right stick for weight shift, there's got to be a compromise in there. And I feel like Milestone has really nailed that compromise. Something that I didn't like in MXGP Pro, and that I really didn't like in Monster Energy Supercross 2, was the back wheel felt super, super, super sticky, and then it would just go away all at once. And the front was prone to really packing and plowing and really dumping you in sharp corners like that one right there. In mud, it'd be game over right there. It seems like Milestone has dialed it so that the rear is a little bit less sticky. Because in real life, you can step the rear tire of a dirt bike out like no problem. You can do it at the drop of a hat. But in MXGP Pro, you could not. It was very sticky. Well, in MXGP 2019, the one we're playing now, you can step it out and you can drift the rear and do it in a controlled way. It steps out, you drift it, and then you can bring it back. You can send it out a little bit more, but it doesn't loop on you instantly. And the front does not pack anymore. It does not plow the way it used to. Right now, we are on advanced physics and hard AI, and we're doing just fine. We're chasing first, pushing pretty hard, but the bike does not feel sketchy. I mean, you got to work it. You got to participate, but at no point does it feel like you're fighting the bike, and that is such an improvement from MXGP Pro and no, it's the other one. Monster Energy Supercross 2. Yeah, such an improvement. So I put it all together, and so far, from what I've seen, I'm calling this a win. I am really, really pleased with this. I'm going to be playing it more. Obviously, I'll probably be playing it like non-stop for the next few days. But yeah, I'm really impressed, and I'm glad I saw it when I did, and glad I was able to jump on it straight away. So this is the final lap. I think second is the best we're going to be able to do, so we'll call it here in a second. But yeah, this is MXGP 2019 or MXGP 5. It's in the Steam store. By all means, check it out. It's super cool. Folks, thanks for stopping back to check out the Portable Gamer. Thanks for joining us for our first episode of MXGP 2019, and we will see you next time. Take care now.